I needed bookshelves for all my books. I had brought hundreds with me from my move from South Africa, and I needed a bookcase. Tristan came and had a look. I happened to be in my old flat at the time, so he could see how many books I had, how big they were, the space they filled, and then we came over to this new flat, and he did some measurements and set up exactly where it would all go. There were a number of things I specifically wanted. I work from home, so I needed a little desk in the corner, which we talked about quite a bit and measured. I wanted the curve on the side of my bookcases. I just liked the look of that coming in through the door. I thought it was less obstructive. Tristan went away, drew up the plans and sent me on via email a really informative picture of how it was going to look. A very, very nice team came into my home. I was always very happy to have them here. They were impeccably behaved, very, very pleasant. And it was exactly as I planned. I'd made a couple of tweaks which Tristan had taken on board. I couldn't be happier with the final product. Clearly one wants a company you can rely on, but of course nobody I knew had done this before. So it was the look of the website that appealed to me, and of course it was the response I received. When I spoke to Tristan, he seemed to know what I wanted. He came to see me. I really liked the feel of the whole transaction. It seemed a reliable company. Tristan was willing to give me referrals, references from people. I could speak to clients if I wanted to. And all in all, I was very pleased with the choice I made. Tristan had a very good grasp of what I wanted and how I wanted it done. When I got the final plans, there were a couple of tweaks I made, which were very easily and seamlessly done. So it all worked extremely well. Tristan had a very, very good idea of what I wanted. The picture in my mind was translated onto paper. The curve was tremendously important to me, and we got that right. And of course the desk sitting in the middle here. Tristan was very good in terms of, he did more than one thing for me. He also did a bedroom cupboard, and that worked incredibly well. I wasn't quite sure how that would work, because there was a flat wall, but in the middle of that was a pillar. And although I wanted the cupboard on that wall, I couldn't quite understand how that would work. But no problem, the cupboard was put in. It was absolutely a flat surface with the pillar nestling somewhere inside that cupboard. I don't even know where it is anymore. Tristan's input was always very helpful. There were a number of things that we couldn't do, and I hadn't known about them, so I needed that kind of assistance in terms of what was possible and what wasn't possible. The staff were extremely good who came to work. They were left in control of doing the job. Tristan checked on them very often, but I had absolute confidence in them. They worked very hard. They all seemed to work together as a team, and it went off brilliantly. I think the most impressive thing about the company is that they actually listen and take on board what you want. There is no point in having a brilliantly done job if it isn't what you want. And I got exactly what I wanted, 100%. And that for me was most important. The team from Custom Carpentry went out of their way to make as little mess as possible. I must admit I'm a rather fussy, picky sort of person, and they were very good about that. They tried to keep the flat looking tidy. They, tried to keep the mess to as small a space as possible. They had done all the cutting of the wood off-site so that they brought the pieces in and there wasn't huge noise, because I'm in an apartment block and that would have been a bit difficult for my neighbours to handle. It all worked extremely well. Tristan had a very, very good idea of what I wanted. The picture in my mind was translated onto paper. Do not have any doubts about using Custom Carpentry. I can 100% recommend them.